So let's talk because a lot of stuff been going on. First of all, Kamala Harris's team tried to go on TV and ask Joe Biden to step down. What is wrong with her? Like, like enough is enough. This is among the first things that I wanted to talk about, right? So, I find it I find it like outlandish. Do you hear me? That is the most outlandish shit that you could possibly act. Like, first of all, it's a month left. To say like women can't just earn it, you gonna have somebody come out and insinuate on TV, oh, Joe Biden should just step down. Then, like, y'all, I it's so much going on that I was working all day, but I've been wanting to go online and talk about it. I feel like I feel like YouTube is definitely allowing people to talk a lot more than the clock at. Okay, so the main man goes online and he says to Joe Biden, you know, we think that you should just step down for the last month. It would be a honorable thing to do as a person who likes to transition and whoop de whoop. And I thought to myself, what? What? It's just a month left. What could she do? What would she do? Her job is supposed to be counting the votes. But the crazy part about this is, okay, Ray J was going back and forth with the pastor. Remember when Kamala went to that church and she was speaking? Ray J was going back and forth with that pastor. And do you know that pastor allegedly, I believe that's who he was, they're saying that the suspects is either that pastor's congregation or him or Diddy's sons. When I say if the prayer line for that church is answering prayers as fast as Ray J posted that he was shot at, dumb people is not playing. Like Pastor Jamal Bryant church. And then, like, you could look at Jamal Bryant and tell he with the shit. Like Jamal Bryant got Mean Man clapped at so fast. He ghost now. That's Ghost. You might as well call him Ghost. Ain't no reason why is we calling him Pastor. He's I listen, me and my husband was telling y'all before, these people be in sororities or fraternities. They don't necessarily be pastors. And I was watching this prophet today, uh, from Emmanuel TV, and he was saying, you know, like the race isn't given to the swift or the strong or the smart. You gotta have the Holy Spirit. You gotta be obedient. You gotta be obedient. Jamal Bryant shot at Ray J. He shot at Ray J. That is wild to me. Like, not I'm allegedly, but if that really and then got online and told him stop crying. Got online and said, man, stop crying. Oh man, the Masons is losing their fucking minds, and by Masons, Illuminati, all the people is losing their mind. But you could tell Jamal Bryant is like, what? This is the type of shit I'm used to. Like I've been waiting to be a devil. Y'all had me fucked up. That's how he moving. Like he is like, man, stop crying and laughing. Baby, this is getting crazy. All I know is I'm happy I ain't a part of the Illuminati. I'm happy ain't nobody like the fame ain't get crazy like that with me. Listen, cause him moving like that, I said he moving like a mob boss. He moving like a mob boss, baby. I am so fatigued. Listen, and then Ray J, he tried talking slick to him. He really did. He really tried talking slick to him. Like, oh, if you play that interview, it's gonna be something. Somebody gonna get snatched out that pulpit, baby, baby. They was on that man the next day. The the next day. Okay? He gave that man a rapid refund on whatever he was saying. Do that. Yeah, come around here. We gonna post that interview. I don't even think they posted the interview before they got the clapping. Like, listen, that's a lot. That is that's freaking major. Okay? Now, that's the same pastor that just hosted Kamala. Can you imagine what would be going on if she was elected into presidency? If that's the pastor that just was hosting her, now he's in a shootout. Like, why didn't nobody's like, what is going on? Why is Ray J running around the way he is? Like, Ray J is on some shit. Like, he first of all, he trying to act like he Orlando Brown, like he trying to act like he crazy, but then at the same time, he must be next. Like, what he's next, and they say he was the last person with Whitney Houston, and they say he was allegedly one of them people who was um supplying Wendy Williams. So all I'm saying is he's a suspicious character. Hey, he's a suspicious character. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. But Kamala asking Joe Biden to step down, and Joe Biden immediately going to meet with Trump. I'm around in the car. Yeah. Joe Biden immediately going to meet with Trump after they tried to ask him. He immediately turned that power over to Trump. Child. Child. Mm. It say whatever you said, the message was restricted. And I'm new to YouTube, so I don't know how to unrestrict it. But yeah. Mm. Now, it was some other stuff. Because the Ray J and Jamal Bryant thing, that really, that really, um, yeah, that was really unprofessional. That was really unprofessional. Like, but he was saying some wild stuff. Like, people butts was getting took. Boy. And did you see Clive Davis? When Clive Davis came out, he just acted like he was senile. He acted like he didn't know what was going on. He was just like, that to me is just like the celebrities look like all of them talking about they was leaving. Why would you let them leave? Why would you let them leave? We supposed to be draining the swamp. Why would you let them leave? They need to stay in trial. They need to stay in trial, honey. Cause if Jamal Bryant just hosted Kamala, but he's shooting at Ray J, something ain't right, honey. That's not right. Them people is a mess. And then all them celebrities are supposed to be getting in trouble because they allegedly took money from the Kamala Harris campaign. And if you took money from the campaign, you're supposed to tell the people that that's a paid endorsement. So things could be going to shit in no time. I'm telling you, things could really be going to shit in no time. Mm. Did anybody do anybody do Doge? I told people last year, get your little Doge. Get your Doge. I told people 2 years ago, get you some Doge. I had sold a lot of my Doge, and I had about $40 or $50. I woke up to like $90. I'm like, oh shoot, let me buy some more. I bought like 200 or whatever more, but I had sold some of it. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have. It's crazy. But that Jamal Bryant saga, baby, he got to do better. Especially when you represent Christ. It's like people don't even care if they misrepresent the body of Christ. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. I do not know what that means. But I feel like the the aftermath, like, what do y'all think about the blue team? Let me say it like that. How about them being $20 million in debt after, okay, after raising $1 billion? Like they just spreaded that money all around. Now, why is the streets not fixed? Why I don't understand. Like all the money that they spend on the election could be spent on the people. Spent or spent could finance the people. I feel like all that money that y'all spend, all like, yeah. Why don't y'all have all those call centers call and ask what the people actually want? Tell me what you would, if you could talk to your president, what would you say to him? Like, why isn't that a telephone call? Hey, this is your annual checkup. What could we do? And then they could do a consensus of how many people said the same thing. But you gonna call me 700 times a day to tell me to vote for you not to do nothing? That's wild to me. That's wild to me. 700 times a day you gonna call me just so you can tell me, whoa, but when you get in office, you ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing. That's wild to me. That's wild to me, son. That's wild. That's wild, son. I don't like that at all. Mm-mm. That's wild. I hope I got the two things that I wanted to talk about. I know I wanted to talk about Kamala asking Joe Biden to concede because she lost her mind, and Jamal Bryant shooting at Ray J. I just feel like that was just like, I don't know. That was absolutely the most distasteful thing I've ever seen as far as a pastor. Like, somebody got to sit that man down. Absolutely. Somebody got to sit that man down and talk to him. And then they be trying to stage all these podcasts. That's another thing. It's like, I love being black. I love waking up being black. I do not mind being black at all. But the amount of shit that black people go to stage, I'm not with that. Like, stop staging shit. You go to a kitty party, you got stage a picture. No, like, let the take pictures of the kids just naturally in play. Like, that's a good picture. No, we got to stage every dang on thing. Like Jamal Bryant on that little podcast talking about when he was cheating, and the guy was like, "Ooh," he was like, I was like, "Lord have mercy." We got to start being real, definitely, as a nation of people. And then I want to talk about the scripture in the Bible. Would say that God will provoke His people to wrath, right? And you starting to see, like, on the clock app, they had these Asian people, and they were singing so soulfully. And I was like, that's God. He's showing his people. Now, the last part, like every nation had their turn. Every nation had their turn. When you think about Nebuchadnezzar, the dream that he had, where the head was of gold, and then it was silver, then it was brass, whatever, and iron mixed with clay, right? Um, at the top was gold, and I feel like black people be like, "Oh, we're gonna get. It's not gonna be no new cycle where black people just take over." I'm not prophesying. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just saying it's not gonna be no new cycle where black people just take over. We've already had our chance, and then it was like the Persian era. See, if you read the Bible, we got seized, right? And this is how, like, when slavery started, first of all, we did it first because Joseph got sold into slavery by his brothers. So it was only our fate to go into selling each other, wages, people working for each other, whatever, 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 because they sold Joseph into slavery. He went to Egypt, then he ruled there, right? We all know that story. It's an old school story from out the Bible. But that was the original story of, like, black people or whatever being the gold, the head of gold. Everybody now is every man for himself. I hope this makes some sense because we going into the new world order system. It's every man for himself. It's not going to matter whether you black or white or whatever. It's not. It's not. This is the new world order. I'm telling you. People need to stop looking at, oh, I'm black, oh, I'm a woman, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that. You better stop finding a group to link up with, because that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen. You heard what I said. You heard what I said. They about to have you get chipped. And people only going to have enough of them. You ain't going to be able to go to the store with your chip and keep going back and forth to the store. People got to be chipped for themselves. And Trump only got 4 years. By the time that 4 years up, Neuralink will have completed all that they need to complete and somehow will be in total power. Listen, they God's soldiers. The heart of the king is always in God's hand. But he said, this world, this is not your home. Heaven is not your home. I mean, earth is not your home. Heaven is. Excuse me. I have to correct that. Earth is not your home. This is not your heaven. Let me say it like that. This is not your heaven. This is not like you're going to leave your kids. This world is about to change drastically, no matter who's in office, no matter what, because it was written. There are so many people who don't like Trump. There are so many people who, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we might not go to war immediately, but the the Bible is written. Okay, they have they just basically, if you ask me what just happened, they just shut down Bill Gates. Bill Gates was going to have us all inoculated, and he was going to wipe us all out. This is allegedly. This is the vaccines. They was literally telling us. They are telling us that heart conditions, myocarditis, your heart seizing up, a heart attack, is less than the flu symptoms of COVID. The risk outweigh the benefits. That's terrible science. But if you don't, like, if you look back and you can type it in, Bill Gates depopulation speech. Yeah, whole depopulation speech. So Trump was really fighting against Bill Gates. All that, oh, he had Elon Musk, blah 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 blah. God can use whoever pocketbook he wants to. to do what he wants. Facts, Bill Gates is a big player in our current society. Yep. And he was financing Kamala. He had gave her $50 million, but he didn't want nobody to know. This is allegedly, but you can find it on the internet. He gave her $50 million. He was funding her. Now he out there talking about what he say? He want to work with Trump. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. It's crazy for people to think that God don't use seeds, and this is how they use the pastors. They use the pastors to tell us, oh, seed time and harvest is when you sow your seed, you sow your tithes. No, you better get you some damn seeds. Your food got seeds in it, and you better plant them seeds. You better scoop some and save some for later. Especially if it's a lemon tree, start now. Start now. Start now. Because 2 years from now, you're going to need what the tree is yielding. Mm-mm. That's all I'm saying. Mm-mm. You're going to need what it's yielding. Hey, wonderful lady. Is Kamala your... None of them people is... my mom and dad raised me. Okay? None of them people is nothing to me. But, yeah. This is crazy. I'm getting tired, though. But I do think that y'all should, laugh a little, love a little, all that stuff. Because this world is a creepy place and it's going to change right before your eyes. And they going to have it, like they had this thing called WorldCoin. You got to look into it. WorldCoin was something where you would have to get a retinal scan or a palm scan, but I think it's just a retinal scan. You would have to get your retinal scan, right? And once you get your retinal scan, that is a nice Jeep. Um, Once you get your retinal scan, you can have free money. So they already tested it out. And you see how fast them Teslas was out? Huh. They not gonna do that. They until that dude, like it was one dude, he had the Neuralink put in his I guess his liver wasn't functioning right. Cause they say the iron will be mixed with clay, but it won't adhere. Mm-mm. 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 And he turned green. And you know what else turned you green? The fluorescence from that. I ain't going there. But they did. Jesus. Y'all better be ready. Y'all better be ready. I'm tired. I gotta go. I gotta go cover up my stuff and get myself ready. Thank the Lord the kids don't have no school tomorrow. Since they don't have no school tomorrow, I'm gonna come on live and we could talk about some stuff. I can write down some stuff, or y'all can help me while I'm working in my tea room. But baby, I'm tired. My head about to be like, but we gonna continue this Kamala ex Joe to resign conversation because she was out of pocket for that. And Joe been slick about her. Like if you go look at the first debates back in the day, Joe was the one who was eating Kamala alive. Like he was eating her. But yeah, I'm tired. Mama is tired. I'm tired. Thank you to everybody that came to my live though. Emmanuel.